What's up guys, welcome back to my channel Anime Fiction. I'm back with a new episode of what if Naruto was the dark champion of Mortal Kombat the end. And if you did enjoy the video, consider a like for more crossover fictions. Now let's begin this new video.
Chapter 16. The Missing Lin Quay, the Garden of Shao Kahn. Reptile was sitting alone on the edge of the garden stairs. Reptile imagined Molina as the next in line to the Outworld throne. Molina was Shao Kahn's daughter, therefore Reptile didn't mind at all. Her veins were filled with his blood. But the unwelcome visitors had irritated him considerably. He'd grown to enjoy Naruto over time, despite the fact that they were only allies for the sake of Outworld. Reptile noticed something on the floor and went over to investigate. He took what appeared to be a decapitated head in his hands. The thing smelled like death, which wasn't surprising.
"Hey, stop fucking smelling me," hissed the head. In shock, the reptile dropped its head. "Gah, fucking asshole, watch it."
Reptile remembers Scarlet talking about beheading one of the Akatsuki. Reptile grinned at the fact that the individual was still alive. Perhaps, with a little persuasion, he could lead them to the location of the others. Hedon's head was grasped by the hair as Reptile moved off to the royal room. In Scarlet's lair, you'll also find two warriors in the throes of passion lay beneath a vast body of blood. A pair of jeans had previously been thrown skyward and lay uselessly close to the water. Naruto and Scarlet were both nude and locked in a passionate love struggle beneath the blood pool that filled Scarlet's cave.
Scarlet kissed her warrior hero passionately and without a trace of regret. Her arms were over his neck, and her legs were wrapped around his hips. Scarlet's huge breasts rubbed against Naruto's chest as Naruto wrapped his hands around her wonderful round bottom, prompting a moan of ecstasy from her. She kissed him again, this time forcing her tongue into his lips so that his tongue could compete with hers for control of their intense tryst.
Naruto broke the kiss and grinned at the lovely redhead in front of him. Scarlet blushed when she saw Naruto's firm penis and took it softly into her mouth. Naruto moaned happily, forcing bubbles to burst from his mouth. Scarlet swallowed Naruto's penis while softly bobbing her head. Scarlet removed Naruto's penis from her mouth after noticing she'd gotten wet.
Naruto swam to the surface, closely followed by Scarlet.
Naruto shook his head, attempting to remove the blood from his hair. Scarlet appeared, a wild blush covering her lovely face.
"You made me cum," she said, visibly humiliated. Naruto smiled. "You made me cum as well, so we're even." Naruto clung to the platform's edge, dragging himself up. Naruto's penis remained hard. "Not again," he grumbled. Naruto sighed gently as Scarlet slipped his penis between her huge, velvety breasts. Scarlet moved her breasts up and down repeatedly. Naruto jerked his head back, gasping with delight.
Scarlet. You. Your breasts feel so good. Yeah, Naruto said, looking down at her. "Come on up, I want to finish you," he jokingly said. "Finish me?" Scarlet looked astonished, but she quickly realized Naruto's nasty joke. "You shall finish me," Scarlet said as she leapt from the pool and attacked Naruto to the ground. Scarlet looked down at the delighted Uzumaki before bending down and kissing him passionately. As Scarlet rubbed herself against Naruto, he murmured, "You and Molina share your own beauty, but without a doubt, both of you are indeed beautiful."
Scarlet raised slightly and gently absorbed Naruto's penis. Scarlet bit her bottom lip and bared her teeth, taking in the agony of losing her virginity to Naruto. Naruto grabbed Scarlet's hips gently as he pushed himself into her. With a look of satisfaction in her eyes, Scarlet let out a faint sigh and threw her head back as she slowly bounced on Naruto's penis.
Naruto got a solid grasp on Scarlet's lovely backside while she was riding Naruto's penis. Scarlet kissed Naruto passionately, her tongue entering his mouth only to battle for dominance of their intense tryst.
Naruto lightly spanked Scarlet, prompting her to jump. Scarlet let out a little groan of contentment. The kiss was broken once more when Scarlet began to pant, her breath becoming heavy. She was getting close to her climax, and Naruto was getting close to his. "Come Scarlet, I know you're about to, and so am I," Naruto murmured, his voice full of passion. "Naruto, look at me, please. Look at me when I come," Scarlet begged, and Naruto nodded. As Naruto witnessed her orgasm right in front of him as he unleashed his sperm into her, Scarlet let out a loud cry of delight. As Naruto held her close, Scarlet leaned her head against Naruto's chest. This universe has truly provided Naruto with everything he desired: love, respect, and allies. He now had 3 lovers, the respect of the people of Outworld, and, aside from his lover who was also his ally, he had gained a few acquaintances in this weird world.
Scarlet turned to face Naruto, who returned her stare.
"I love you, Naruto Uzumaki," Scarlet whispered, her head resting on Naruto's shoulder. "I know you love Molina and Jade, and I know my love will never be as strong or meaningful as Molina's, but I wanted you to know that I, too, understand how you feel, and I know you will never betray us, Naruto. You are never alone, and you are not a monster. You have no idea how much that means to me, Scarlet, and I want you to know that I hold you in a special place in my heart, my beautiful blood princess."
The throne room. Everyone else was elsewhere, so Reptile, Jade, Guro, Shiva, and Ermac were the only ones in the throne room. Hidan's head was being held by a reptile by his hair, and everyone was shocked that he was still alive. "Interesting," Jade responded thoughtfully. "I'm immortal. You faggots act like you've never seen a fucking immortal before," Hidan said with a sneer. "He is quite foul-mouthed for a human," Shiva observed. Hidan smirked. "Yeah? What's it to ya, you big-tittied bitch?" Shiva snarled menacingly. "Do you have a death wish, fool?" Hidan burst out laughing. "You can't kill me. Many have tried and failed. I am immortal. I've been stabbed, burned, cut up, buried alive, and I came back. You can't kill me. How about crushing that little head of yours?" Shiva said, a wicked smirk on her face. "Easy, Shiva. This immortal might be the person we need to find his friends," Jade said, looking at Hidan's breasts rather than her face. "Damn. The bitch in green and the 4-armed behemoth have huge tits. So the Kyuubi was also dispatched here? He's really incredibly fortunate." "Hey, eyes up here," Jade poked Hidan in the brow.
What the fuck? I was enjoying the fun pillows," shouted Hidan. "These aren't for you, immortal, now tell us who you are," Jade ordered. "Hidan, a member of the Akatsuki, and the immortal follower of Jashin," a new voice replied in Hidan's place. Everyone's gaze was drawn to the source of the voice, and what they saw astonished them. Lady Tsunade, the 5th Hokage, was there. While the others gazed, Jade bent her head politely. "Are you feeling well, Lady Tsunade?" she inquired. Tsunade let out a sigh. "I'm fine, Jade. My wounds are healed. Does anyone know where Naruto is?" "We haven't seen him all day," Jade said as the others nodded. Tsunade sighed in disappointment. "Damn that boy. Raiden told me Naruto is Outworld's champion, and from the looks of things, this world must be Outworld." Jade nodded. "Yes, but Outworld has no ruler for the time being," Ermac explained.
Tsunade examined each of the Outworld fighters. "What's the matter? Why is the throne empty? Isn't there a prince or princess waiting to take it?" "There is, but she is not yet ready," Jade explained, her gaze narrowing.
"It doesn't matter. All I want is to find Naruto, and knowing you, Akatsuki, you followed him here, which means trouble for everyone, enemies and allies alike," Tsunade said as she punched Hidan in the nose.
Hidan shouted, "Aw fuck, that hurt, you bitch. I think you broke my nose." Shiva laughed. "I really like her. Talk or a broken nose will be the least of your problems," Tsunade snarled, threateningly snapping her knuckles. After a few seconds, "And that's all I know. I'm telling ya the truth. Now let go of my hair," shouted Hidan.
"So all of the Akatsuki have been taken to different parts of the realms, and finding them is going to be hell," Tsunade grumbled.
"Especially since there are 2 of them here in Outworld, but we don't know where they're hiding," Jade grumbled. "For now, they can wait. Outworld is more important," Ermac explained. "Yes, without a ruler, others will surely try to take the throne," Shiva remarked, crossing all 4 of her arms across her chest. Guro looked at Tsunade, who noticed. "What?" she inquired. "I've heard stories about you from the boy. He says your strength is monstrous, but you look normal, like the rest of Raiden's forces," Guro replied.
Tsunade grinned at Shokin. You'd be surprised what a 50-year-old woman of my level can do to a person. I wasn't always as strong as I am today, but pushing oneself to the limits of the body has its price like a double-edged sword. Using my monster strength, as Naruto calls it, does affect me. I'm not as young as I used to be, though I can change my appearance to a 20-year-old woman. Using my strength.
Now I understand why Naruto holds you in such high regard. As old as you are deserving of the title of village leader, Shiva added. I am surprised to see the friends Naruto has made since his journey to your realm, but I know Naruto won't leave. I hear many speak of him as the champion of Outworld, and when I see him, I want to know if he wants to stay. I cannot force him, but I cannot allow him to stay here because the Akatsuki are after him. That boy has so much to live for, and he always seems to have. You're talking about Sasuke Uchiha? Ermac inquired. Tsunade laughed. Naruto doesn't keep his secrets hidden, does he?
He did mention a friend who had betrayed him, Reptile growled.
Tsunade gave a nod. True, they were once friends, but I doubt Sasuke believes that anymore. I pity Naruto. The only friend he thought he could trust has turned his back on him. As Reptile once said, once a traitor, always a traitor, Guro explained. Tsunade appears to be disturbed by this comment. That may be true in your world, but I'm not sure. I told Naruto once, and only once, you cannot save those who don't want to be saved, and if I were Naruto, I would have given up by now. Reptile inquired, and where does Naruto fall in your line?
I trust him with my life. He is the reason I became the 5th Hokage. Maybe one day, he'll get the respect he deserves, murmured Tsunade. Now the question is, Tsunade, are you an ally to Outworld or an enemy? A new voice inquired. Everyone turned to look at Shang Tsung, who was escorted by Rain. For the time being, I am neither. My reason for being here is to see Naruto. If you get in my way, I'll break every broken bone in your body with my finger, and don't think I'm bluffing. Shang Tsung fixed his gaze on Tsunade. I have yet to see your strength, he smirked mockingly. Tsunade's gaze grew more fierce.
I'd shut up if I were you, Shang Tsung. This woman can knock you 200 yards away with her pinky. Trust me, I've seen it before. Shang Tsung spun around to see Naruto and Scarlet approaching. Shang Tsung nodded and bowed gently. Pardon me, but given her appearance, it's difficult to tell if this woman is as strong as she claims to be. Naruto burst out laughing. Trust me, Shang Tsung, Ba-chan is the strongest woman in my world. Tsunade grinned. I'm glad to see you're still alive and well, Baka. You haven't changed, Ba-chan, Naruto exclaimed, laughing. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not that old? Tsunade groaned. So, where is the future ruler of this realm? Taking care of business, said Naruto. Reptile inquired, where did she go? Family business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a promise to keep. Ba-chan, you can join me if you want, but I'm going to look for Sub-Zero. Shang Tsung chuckled. Ah, you're looking for that Sub-Zero. Well, good luck. Do you know where he is? Naruto inquired, his gaze fixed on Shang Tsung.
He is safe. I fought him in Outworld's tournament a while back, and though he won, I teleported him to Earthrealm. He had no business being here in Outworld in the first place.
Thank you, Shang Tsung. You've given us more reasons to let you live, Jade chuckled. Shang Tsung smirked. Go on your journey. I have other matters to attend to, Shang Tsung said as he exited the royal room. He seems nice, remarked Tsunade coldly. Yeah, even though he's a soul-sucking 100-year-old old man, Naruto continued. Is there anyone under the age of 20 here? Tsunade inquired. Molina is the youngest Outworld resident, Jade replied. I don't get it. Jade, you barely look 30, Tsunade exclaimed. Jade laughed. Tsunade's jaw fell when he heard this. No, I'm 10,000 years old. Adenians age very slowly. Molina's other adventures. Adenia's realm, Adenia Palace.
Molina came at the Adenia Palace, which was unguarded due to the realm's recent freedom from Outworld, and many citizens were still perplexed about what had transpired.
Molina walked into the throne room, where she saw Princess Katana and Queen Sindel. Both were taken aback to see Molina, let alone. Katana inquired, Molina, what brings you here? Need your help, Molina admitted, reluctantly. What assistance do you require from us? Katana inquired. Since Father was taken by the elder gods, I am next in line to the Outworld throne, but I know nothing about ruling. Surely Shang Tsung or any of Khan's followers could teach you. Why come to us? Sindel inquired. Because you're my family, Molina whispered gently as she closed her eyes, expecting retribution or yelling but receiving neither. She speaks the truth. You were born from Katana's blood, which makes you my daughter, or are you my daughter's daughter? Sindel chuckled, a warm smile on his face. You'll teach me? Molina asked, her head twisted in surprise.
Yes, Molina, we will assist you in becoming a great leader, but you must promise to never use your forces against us or Earthrealm, Katana stated solemnly. Molina gave a nod.
Katana gave her clone a friendly grin. Isn't there another reason you want to be a great ruler? Molina looked aside nervously. Katana asked Molina, are you doing this for Naruto? Yes. I want to prove to him that I, too, can become great like him. He is the champion of Outworld, and he is also my lover, Molina admitted hesitantly. Is that the boy who freed me from Khan's control? Sindel inquired. Yes, mother, Katana replied. Well then, Molina, I'll teach you how to be a great ruler. But keep your promise, and I'll fully accept you as my daughter, Princess of Outworld, Sindel said, her frown turning into a warm smile. Thank you, Queen Sindel, Molina said, bowing politely. In other news from Earthrealm, Naruto arrived on Earthrealm, precisely in the city where he, Raiden, and Liu Kang had defeated Shao Kahn. The fight had left its mark on the area. Naruto, a familiar voice said. Naruto turned to his right and saw smoke. Both soldiers bowed their heads to each other. Shall we begin? Smoke inquired. Yes, let's. Shang Tsung told me Sub-Zero was teleported here. He's in Earthrealm, but I'm not sure where. It'll be difficult, but we'll find him, Naruto said, smiling. Smoke lowered his head once again, saying, thank you Naruto. No problem, Smoke, Naruto said, smirking. Other places in an unknown realm.
Where am I? Inquired Sub-Zero to no one in particular. He gazed about, discovering himself in a magnificent realm full with life.
He was in some kind of woodland. He wasn't sure where he was, only that he wasn't in Outworld anymore. You're finally up. A woman's voice called to him. Sub-Zero jumped up immediately and looked to his right. He noticed a woman who appeared to be in her 30s. Her hair was long and black, and her eyes were a lovely red color. Sub-Zero examined her stomach, determining that she was pregnant based on its size. Where am I? He wondered. You're in the land of fire, and judging by your clothes, you're not from around here, are you? I thought you were a ninja from the land of snow, but you're much colder than them. Your arms are as cold as ice. Land of fire? I'm unfamiliar with these lands. Please forgive me, but the last thing I remember is being in combat. I am Kurenai Yuhi, the woman introduced herself.
My name is Kue Liang, but you can call me Sub-Zero if you want.
Part 2 of Chapter 17. The missing Lin Quay location unknown. How is the search for the Kyuubi going, Itachi? Pain inquired, having telepathically called the Akatsuki. Hidan was the only member who was not represented as a shadow image of another member.
We found Naruto-kun, but he escaped, Itachi replied flatly. Hidan is likely captured by the enemy. Naruto-kun has powerful allies, some of whom are willing to give their lives to protect him. To make matters worse, Tsunade has joined forces with him and his allies. Kisame sighed in disappointment. This is turning into a major pain in the $1, we're missing 4 Biju and the Kyuubi brat we're looking for. But then a wide smile spread across his face. But that doesn't mean we can't have some fun while we mourn.
The Shukaku, the Nibi, the Sanbi, and the Yanbi will be returned to us in time, but finding the Kyuubi is our top priority right now. Itachi, Kisame, are you still in your location? We're still in the Earth realm, which looks similar to our world but different. We'll give you any new information we have. Have you discovered your location? Itachi inquired. Conan and I are in the realm of order. Things are peaceful to a point, but we will find our way back to our realm. Deidara and Toby are in Earth realm. They will meet up with you shortly. Kisame inquired. Where is Zetsu? Close by. He is in the realm you were first in, Conan said. Alright. That concludes today's meeting. The Garden of Shao Kahn. And that's how I became the 5th Hokage, Tsunade said. The power to change a person, Jade chuckled quietly. He is a truly interesting young man. He is, but life has spit in his face more times than I broke Jiraiya's ribs. Life is cruel, but we must deal with what it gives us, Shiva remarked.
True, but if I had known the night of Naruto's birth, I would have adopted him as my own, but I didn't find out until a week later, when I met Jiraiya and he told me what had happened. He went through hell when I could have stopped it. Tsunade closed her eyes in remorse.
But he shows no signs of hatred toward you or the one you call Jiraiya, Ermac said.
Because I never told Naruto I was his godmother, but I believe he knows by now. He is the only person who can call me Ba-chan. He is also the last living Uzumaki, and he has no idea how important he is, not to Konoha, but to me. Tsunade shook her head sadly. That boy can bring two outcomes to a battle. Use him incorrectly and he'll doom us all. Use him correctly and he'll bring possibilities you can't imagine, Tsunade laughed.
Is Naruto really that important in your village? Jade inquired. My grandmother was an Uzumaki, and their homeland was known as the Village of Long Life. They were sealing masters, capable of sealing the strongest souls or sealing their ages, allowing them to stay young. They had abilities you'd never think a human could be capable of, and the Uzumakis were also hard to kill. Naruto is the last, Jade said as the busty Hokage nodded.
That's why I trust him with my life. He hasn't even awakened his Uzumaki blood yet, and yet he can be so terrifyingly powerful.
Ermac laughed. And Naruto told us how others looked down on him. Now we understand why he is Outworld's champion. Shao Kahn knew how dangerous he could have been even without the power of his inner demon. Without the Kyuubi, Naruto is dangerous. With the Kyuubi, he's far more dangerous. And if he ever loses control of the Kyuubi, you better kiss your buttocks goodbye. Tsunade sighed.
Ah, Naruto did tell us about it. It's a foolish thing to do when you know what's inside, Ermac stated.
Now, tell me, what do you think of Naruto? Do you have faith in him? You are not his pals simply because you are his allies. Naruto trusts you, but I'm not sure he should. Tsunade fixed her gaze on the Outworld warriors.
Jade was the first person to speak up. I have faith in him. He can be a little silly at times, but he has a good heart, and the people support him. He claims to be the champion and protector of Outworld, and he has saved my life 3 times. I owe him a great deal. He has my confidence, and I have his. Jade flushed as she remembered becoming one of Naruto's lovers.
Tsunade's gaze was drawn to the female Shogun. I'll give him that he's an interesting one. He has shown to be a warrior to me, but he can be irresponsible at times. He does not have my full trust. Yet, Shiva giggled. He is a young soul endowed with tremendous power that he is unsure how to channel. We will teach him how to regulate it, but it will be difficult because he has so many agendas. He trusts us since we are both conduits of souls. Ermac's green eyes shone brilliantly. You're a fascinating bunch. Naruto always seems to pick the most fascinating allies. Tsunade chuckled. It was easy than she thought to get to know these people. Edenia. Molina sat on the ground with a sack of books on top of her head after a few hours of her first instruction in becoming a ruler. Molina, I have a question for you, Queen Sindel remarked. Molina moved her gaze to the Queen of Edenia. Would that be?
This boy you're speaking of. Sindel fixed her gaze on her daughter's clone. Naruto, Katana explained. Sindel gave a nod. Of course, Naruto. How much do you know about this kid?
Naruto revealed a lot about himself to me. His life, his adventures, his pain and guilt. Everything, Molina whispered softly. On Shang Tsung's island, Jade and I discovered him. We have no idea how or why he had arrived here. Shang Tsung adopted him as a warrior. Katana gave a small smile before frowning. Why do you bother asking Queen Sindel? Molina inquired.
For a little while, Sindel remains silent. This boy saved me, and he is Outworld's champion. A champion, or guardian, can be found in almost every realm. Earthrealm has Raiden, and Edenia formerly had a protector.
Mother, what do you mean by used to have? Katana inquired, intrigued. Edenia had a protector long before you were born. Argus was his name. Argus and his wife, as well as their 2 sons, vanished one day. You were intended to marry Argus's firstborn son, but things have changed. Sindel laughed. So, does this mean Edenia has no champion? Molina inquired. Yes, Sindel replied. Katana gave Molina a friendly grin. I am confident that you and Naruto will improve Outworld. Molina laughed at this. Earth Realm. It's been 5 hours and still no clue, Naruto mumbled as he and Smoke strolled through a big forest in Earthrealm's northern mountains. Sub-Zero must be somewhere. He must have left a trail for us to follow in order for us to discover him. The difficulty in locating his friend bothered Smoke.
Naruto peered towards Smoke, noticing that the gray-haired ninja appeared disturbed. Naruto sighed and muttered, I know what it's like, Smoke. Are you coming back? Smoke said something. You and Zero are good friends, right? He inquired. Yes, we've known each other for a long time. As a child, the Grandmaster praised my abilities as being the best of any young Lin Quay he had ever seen. However, I was not the only one who was regarded as a gifted spirit. Smoke laughed quietly to himself. Do you have a friend as well? He inquired of the young warrior. Yeah, although we no longer see eye to eye. Even though everyone else does not, I still consider him to be my best buddy. We haven't seen each other in 3 years. And when we did, we began our reunion with our fists. Naruto scowled briefly before resuming his smile. But I've made a new friend. She is vastly different from Sasuke. Since being champion, I've been seeing my old relationships with people I care about.
Do you believe that keeping the old tie will make you weaker or stronger? Smoke inquired.
I'm not sure, but my new pals see me for who I am and what I am. Molina knows about my history but doesn't care. Max sees enormous strength within me, Jade. I must claim that she and I became friends. Throughout my life, I've witnessed the darkness of countless hearts. Naruto came to a halt.
What exactly are you trying to say? Smoke inquired once more. That you have the power to change the lives of others.
I once had an old sensei tell me that I have the power to change people. I bring even the darkest hearts into the light. As I reflect, I did alter many of those people, but some were immune, Sasuke being one of them. I'm not sure about the other Outworlders. I'm not sure about Reptile, but he's a cool guy for a lizard. Guro and Kentaro, it's hard to say, but I know they don't hate me or like me. Shiva, well, she has her own way of beauty. Anyone else? Smoke inquired once more. Scarlet. She may appear cold-hearted, but there's something about her that I'm not sure, special.
Do you have a relationship with Princess Molina? Molina, according to Katana, favors you. Yes, Molina and I are together. I'm in the same boat as Jade and Scarlet. I adore them all, and they, in turn, adore me. But enough about me. Let's get back to looking for Sub-Zero. Naruto, you are one interesting young soul, Smoke remarked. Another world. Naruto and Smoke were looking for Sub-Zero, the warrior who was now traveling Konoha with Kurenai Yuhi as his guide. Sub-Zero was taken aback by the village, yet he couldn't help but notice something was off. Kakashi Hatake, a fellow Konoha ninja, stopped them. Kurenai, who's your friend? The copy ninja inquired.
Kakashi, this is Sub-Zero, Kurenai introduced himself. I found him in the hidden forest, though he has no recollection of how he got there. I see, he must have emerged from a gateway. Was it Sub-Zero? Sub-Zero gave a nod. My name is Kakashi Hatake, and I believe we can help each other. Our village chief was recently pulled into a portal. There have been tales of portals opening in the Land of Fire. If you have any information, please let us know.
Sub-Zero was silent for a time before responding to Kakashi. Please show me the portal you saw. Your world is in danger if these portals are what I suspect they are.
3 days later, in Outworld, Naruto entered the throne room through portal, his clothes soiled and his face splattered with mud. His shirt was splattered with dirt and grass, and there was blood trickling from Naruto's left cheek and an open gash on Naruto's right thigh. Naruto murmured angrily under his breath, his left eye twitching. Tsunade, Jade, Scarlet, Reptile, Shiva, and a still bodiless Hidan met him immediately.
Tsunade inquired. What the hell happened to you? Before speaking, Naruto took a deep breath. Mountain lions, bears and quicksand, landslides and thorns.
Did you find Sub-Zero? Jade inquired. Nope. Even after 3 days of searching, we found nothing. Smoke says he's heading to Earthrealm and will spend a few days at the Shaolin Temple before returning to the Lin Quay HQ. Please pardon me, I'm in desperate need of a bath. Bad.
Everyone stood there watching Naruto stomp off to the bath chamber to clean off. I hope he's okay, Jade expressed concern. Nah, he's fine. He's been through worse during that one mission, Tsunade laughed. What kind of mission was that? Jade inquired. Tsunade smiled as she turned to meet Jade. This gave her a really scary image, and the grin sent shivers down Reptile's spine.
The bath chamber. Naruto had stripped off his soiled clothing and was relaxing within a warm tube that had immediately healed his wounds when he had submerged himself in it. Naruto sighed contentedly. That'll be the last time I use myself as bait to entice a mountain lion into that cave so Smoke can sneak in.
So, where do you think this Sub-Zero is, kid? Kyuubi inquired from Naruto's mind. No idea, Fox. But I'm hoping we find him. For all we know, the realm could be another planet. Kid. Whatever you do the next time, make sure you pick your allies wisely.
What exactly do you mean? Nothing, but I have a bad feeling something bad is on its way our way. We haven't seen Quan Kai in a while. No one has dared to usurp the throne while your girlfriend is away, not even that other warrior in black.
I know, it bothers me as well. Molina, I hope you're doing well. We don't need a surprise attack while everyone is recuperating. Just because I'm not the ruler of Outworld doesn't mean it's unprotected. Naruto's eyes turned serious, with a horrible gaze that resembled a Kyuubi.
Adenia. Molina's preparation for becoming a great ruler continued. On the 4th day of her training, Molina read a plethora of literature. Her manner of speech had also matured. She rarely referred to herself in the third person, and her tone had become less childlike.
Molina frequently neglected to wear her mask while in Adenia, but it didn't bother her anymore.
Wearing the mask had become less crucial as Sindel and Katana treated her better. Her combat abilities, which had previously been concentrated on sheer fury and wild power, had also become more expressive with Sindel's assistance. Teleportation, a rolling technique she called Thunder Roll, and a new, mystery technique she was preparing for the next time she and Naruto sparred were among her new talents. However, the trio was interrupted later in the day by an unexpected visitor.
Hello. From afar, a friendly voice screamed out. Molina and Katana looked swiftly to see who it was. Molina was the first to notice their visitor, a tall figure dressed in an orange swirling mask and a black cloak with red clouds on it. Who exactly are you? Katana inquired. I'm Toby, the man replied childishly. Toby is a good kid. Toby looked about because he was bored. Toby was curious if any of you knew where Naruto was. I'm one of his close friends. Molina frowned at the masked man and launched a sigh at him, which he evaded quickly. Wait. Toby just asked. Molina locked her gaze on the stranger. Bad man. He's a bad man, she yelled. Who are you, and what has brought you to my domain? State your case, Sindel said authoritatively.
Toby let out a sigh. So my little act couldn't deceive you as well. Naruto has clearly left his imprint here. He's not here, as I expected. Finding the boy will be difficult. I'm merely here to warn you. Do not let Naruto Uzumaki to stay in your world. His being here puts you all in jeopardy. The Akatsuki can be found everywhere. He can't hide forever, and he's not secure here, in Earthrealm, or in your Outworld. Silence. You are Akatsuki. You are Naruto's enemy, so you are my enemy. Molina exclaimed. Katana drew her bladed fans as Molina prepared her say. Sindel locked his gaze on the masked figure. Begone, whoever you are, she said. You are not welcome here. Leave before we force you to. This realm will not be taken lightly this time.
Toby smirked under his mask. Challenging me is stupid. You three are no match for me. Toby vanished before their eyes, reappearing behind the three women and slapping each of their posteriors. The three women clenched their buttocks and blushed angrily. You dare! Exclaimed Sindel. I do, Toby replied casually. Katana hurled her fans at the masked Akatsuki, but they pierced Toba's torso, causing a stunned expression from the Edenian princess. Toby was hit by Molina's sei. They nipped Toba's right shoulder but missed their aim, his head. Toby stared at his wound and at the woman. You got a lucky shot.
Be gone, Sindel yelled, bursting a high-pitched sonic wave from her mouth. Toby held his head in agony as he shouted, leaving himself susceptible to an attack, which Molina and Katana promptly exploited. Katana used her extra fan blades to create an upward wind flow and launch Toby into the air.
Molina ascended above Toby. Die, she cried as she pierced Toba's chest with her sei. Toby collapsed to the ground, and Molina landed in front of him. She stepped aside just as Toby stood up, withdrawing the sei from his chest. The disguised man examined the three women, realizing he had underestimated them. Because the incision was so bad, it appeared that he might have to depart. Toby laughed. Toby vanished in front of their eyes with a simple wave of his right hand. Who was that man? Inquired Sindel. An enemy, mother. He is an enemy of Naruto. They are evil people looking for people like Naruto, Molina explained.
So that was an Akatsuki member. Now I understand why Naruto warned us about them. My fans went right through him, but Molina's sei were able to hurt him, Katana said, looking at her twin. Even my sonic voice affected him, Sindel observed. It's possible that his ability has limits. We'll have to be cautious if he shows up again. Molina, let us finish your training quickly. Who knows if his friends will greet us?
Molina bent her head and said, Yes, mother. Mother, Molina, I will return. I will inform Naruto and Lord Raiden of this encounter, Katana said.
You may, Katana, but be careful, Sindel cautioned.
Location unknown. Toba's voice could be heard in the darkness asking, Zetsu, are you still there? Yes, Zetsu's first half said. Of course, Zetsu's second half replied. I have a job for you. Make sure Princess doesn't tell the Kyuubi. We want him confused and lost, so keep him in the dark. Will do. Can we just eat her? Do whatever you want. Just make sure she doesn't get a chance to tell the Kyuubi. Outworld. Naruto was alone in the wastelands, where he had opted to hone his skills. Naruto used his Rasen Shuriken, which worked beautifully, until he remembered the time he used it on Kakuzu. Tsunade had forbidden Naruto from ever using it again, yet he had done so against Scorpion. I can make it stronger. I can focus it into a perfect form. The first time I used it, it was incomplete, but the second time I almost had it, Naruto reasoned. You lack training, but that ability of yours is quite something, stated a familiar voice. When Naruto looked over his left shoulder, he saw a bolt of lightning strike. It was Raiden, god of thunder and Earthrealm protector. What brings you to Outworld? Naruto inquired, astonished. Naruto, your skills are truly amazing, but it saddens me to see the side you have chosen, Raiden stated. I cannot change your mind, but I will make this request of you. It depends on the request. You may inquire, the Uzumaki replied. How well do you know our world? He inquired. Not much. I'm still new to everything here. I know of the different realms, but not what they hold and what they do. I know Shao Kahn fused many realms with Outworld. Edenia was lucky to be undone. The other realms weren't so lucky. Raiden agreed. Indeed, but long ago, before Shao Kahn's time, there was another, more cold-hearted and deadly than the Emperor. What, really? Someone was tougher than the Emperor? Raiden nodded once more. Yes. He was Onaga, also known as the Dragon King. He was at war with the Elder Gods, but he wasn't the only threat greater than Shao Kahn. There was the fallen Elder God Shinnok. Hearing that there were two baddies more powerful than Shao Kahn sent shivers up Naruto's spine. Wait. A fallen Elder God? He inquired. Yes, Shinnok was once an Elder God, but he desired more power than an Elder God should have and ran afoul of them. I defeated him with their help and stripped him of his title, but he still causes problems for us in Earth Realm. Is the one named Quan Kai a follower? Naruto inquired. He is Shinnok's right hand. His origins are unknown even to us. We have dealt with him in the past. But Quan Kai is not to be trusted. He is evil, much like his master. Raiden clenched his teeth. I knew it, Naruto mumbled, furious. Raiden's left brow furrowed. Are you coming back? Naruto let out a sigh. Quan Kai. He used Scarlet. He controlled her into attempting to kill Shao Kahn, but she failed. I felt a dark presence around him. It made me feel worry. I didn't like it, and neither did my inner demon. Something about him felt off. I see. You're not from our world, but you have a keen sense of your surroundings. Is this a skill you've developed or something else? Raiden inquired. I'm not sure. I've always felt different from the others, whether it's because I'm from another world or something else, but all I know is that ever since Shao Kahn was defeated, this dark presence has grown stronger. If what I am afraid of comes true, I ask you, Naruto Uzumaki, will you assist us in our battle against Shinnok? Raiden inquired. Naruto remained silent for a time before nodding. I will assist, but only if this occurs. I see you're struggling with your wind ability. I have a friend who is a master of the element of wind, Raiden told the young fighter. Naruto burst out laughing. I see what you're up to, Raiden. If you think buying my loyalty through training will work, think again. Besides, I promised to be a student of an old man. Does this man happen to be Bo Raicho? Raiden asked, his eyes widening in amazement.
He inquired, how did you know? Bo Raicho is a wise man, though he prefers drinking most of the time. He has trained powerful warriors, one of whom is Liu Kang. Becoming his student will make you much stronger than your current state. However, perhaps Bo Raicho isn't enough. Naruto let out a sigh. Raiden, look, I know I'm a good guy, but my place is here. As you are the protector of Earthrealm, I have made myself protector of Outworld. My skills, powers, and weaknesses are different. If it makes you any happier, I'll accept your offer, but this does not obligate me to work for or with you.
I see now why Tsunade calls you a baka all the time. You are young, foolish at times, but strong with a heart. Very well, Naruto, but I will tell you this, Katana and Sindel are grateful to you. You helped in the return of Edenia. I'm happy to help, but if you'll excuse me, I have business elsewhere. Naruto bowed his head as Raiden did the same before the latter teleported away in a burst of lightning. Arena of Shao Kahn. Outworld was enveloped in darkness. Naruto sat in an empty row seat, staring down at the arena, his mind on somewhere else. Can't you focus? A familiar voice from behind him inquired. He sighed, no, I really don't know what to do now. I don't know where the Akatsuki are. My search for Sub-Zero has been fruitless. Raiden came to me, saying he fears another threat will emerge soon, and I haven't had time to relax. Relax, you've earned it. You're strong, and sometimes training won't help you, so relax and take a break, even if it's only for a moment. Naruto smiled as he felt the person's arms wrap around his neck, encircling him. Naruto grinned as he said, thank you, Jade. As the couple gazed at Outworld's magnificent night skies, he kissed his green-eyed lover. I assume you'll be returning to Edenia soon? He inquired. Yes, but not right now. Naruto, there's something I need to ask you, Jade said nervously. Shoot for it, he instructed. Why don't you want to return to your home world? She inquired.
Because I don't deserve to be there. I'm not strong. No, rather I am not seen as strong there. I couldn't keep a promise I made 3 years ago. I lost my best friend, and he no longer wishes to keep our bond alive. Though I am much stronger than I once was, no one truly believed I could win on my own. Plus the Akatsuki are here. I thought if I stayed here in your world that.
Jade broke the kiss by saying, you talk too much when you worry too much. Sorry, he said, laughing. I know what it's like to be afraid of being alone, what it's like to be betrayed by a friend, she said, frowning. Really? He inquired. Yes, long ago there was. Jade hesitated, her emerald eyes flashing with rage. An ally who betrayed us. She left during Shao Kahn's raid, when he took complete control of Edenia. We would have lived longer if the last of the freedom fighters hadn't been dispatched so promptly. I'm aware of her, and I dare not mention the traitor's name. Sounds like she did more than just betray you, Naruto said, understanding Jade's feelings. She was a supporter. A friend. Sometimes I wonder what drives someone to do inconceivable things like betray an ally. Is it for power, gold, honor, pride, or survival? How would you react if you saw her again? He inquired.
I'm not sure. A part of me wants to tear her apart, while the other half craves answers. So, how about you? You, too, were betrayed. Naruto scowled.
I have no idea. Sasuke isn't the same guy the first used to know, but a part of me still believes he can be saved. The other part tells me to give up and start over, but letting go isn't easy, he moaned.
Naruto, I hate to be selfish, but I have to tell you, give up on Sasuke. You'd like to start over. Molina, Scarlet, and I all adore you. Scarlet is more open and less frigid because of you. Molina and I were adversaries not long ago. She bit me and left a scar on my skin. But now I consider her as an ally, and I'd like you to leave a gift in me, Jade blushed.
Naruto's eyes widened. Are you serious? Jade gave a nod. Don't you think I'm a little young for this? He inquired. I'm 10,000 years old, so I'm old enough. So, how about you? I'm only a teenager. I don't think I'd make a good father, especially since my girlfriend is an old hag in comparison to me, he giggled. You took the virginity of a virgin 10,000 years old. That's what Johnny Cage would call a mega score, in my opinion. Jade chuckled lightly, then added jokingly, and you'd better watch your mouth, or this old hag will spank you. She emphasized the last bit by lightly touching his buttocks. Naruto smirked at his girlfriend's frivolity. Yeah, I scored big, didn't I? He smirked, only to be interrupted by another kiss. What's the problem? Isn't it a young man's dream fantasy to be with a beautiful woman, especially when she's older than him? Jade teased. Now it feels like one of Pervy Sage's books, Naruto said, sweating but smiling. Jade's chamber. A few minutes later Naruto and Jade walked into the latter's chamber. The couple kissed as they sat down, and Naruto grabbed Jade's left breast, prompting a cry of ecstasy from her. Naruto kissed his green-eyed beauty and smiled. Jade took off her shirt, revealing her ample breasts to Naruto. Jade covered her breasts, embarrassed by Naruto's look. Don't stare too long because my eyes are up here. Naruto burst out laughing. I know, it's like it's my first time. It has been a while, Jade replied with a sultry grin, finally withdrawing her hands from her breasts. Indeed, he said with a smirk of his own. Jade, how long have you and Katana been friends? Since we were children. Why do you ask? She pondered. No reason. I just want to get to know my girlfriend better. What's wrong with that? He chuckled.
No, there isn't. Jade grabbed Naruto's hair and dragged him into a long wet kiss, thrusting her tongue into his mouth in the process. Naruto grasped Jade's breasts, eliciting another groan from the exquisite Edenian, and started stroking her nipples. The kiss was broken once more. Actually, Naruto responded. I asked because I noticed you and Molina becoming more friendly. True, Molina and I have become friends, Jade confessed. Though she's a Katana clone, I can see Katana within her. Katana is like a sister to me. Now, is there anything else you'd like to say? This is killing the mood, Jade said to her young lover. Naruto made a shaky motion with his head. I'll save my question for later. Jade rose from her bed and kneeled before Naruto. Jade stood there watching Naruto undo his pants, presenting his manhood to his Edenian woman. Jade placed her fingers around Naruto's shaft and stroked him all the way up. Her hand glided effortlessly along the slippery surface and then back down again, as expected. Her attention seemed to be totally focused on Naruto's member. Naruto was having fun with the help his girlfriend was giving him. Don't you think I'm quite prepared, Jade? He smiled as he watched her continue to stroke his member, which was fully hard by this point. Don't ruin my fun, Jade mumbled as she licked the head of Naruto's penis, forcing Naruto to moan. Sorry, he sighed. Jade let go of his penis, leaving him with a hard boner and pouting. Ah, not so fair, Jade. Jade laughed. Relax, it won't be long. Jade undressed but kept her boots on. To entice her husband, she shook her delightfully curved behind at him, playfully smacking it a few times for emphasis. She then climbed into bed on her back, placing her head on a cushion and her legs extended wide. Naruto smiled and stroked his fingers against Jade's damp lower lips, an indication of how much she desired him. As Naruto inserted his fingers into Jade's pussy, her moaning became more audible. The couple's moans rocked the bed back and forth. Naruto was naked on top of Jade, whose hands were softly massaging him down. As she felt her lover's penis plunge deep within her womb, Jade jerked her head.
With each push Naruto made, the bed shook violently. He pressed his penis inside Jade's pussy. The lovely, dark-skinned Edenian gasped with delight, her back arched slightly.
The youthful Uzumaki plunged his penis deeper and deeper into Jade's pussy, plunging in and out of her slick entrance. With each thrust, Jade could feel him getting deeper. He touched her sensitive region inside her womb. Jade panted, clutching her lover's penis fiercely. She could feel it. He was getting closer to his climax, and so did she.
"Ah. Naruto," groaned Jade. Me too, Jade," he said quietly. Jade could feel him approaching. Jade's breasts were crushed against his chest, their bodies were drenched in sweat, and their moans filled the room. As her climax hit with Naruto's final deep thrust, Jade screamed at the top of her lungs. Jade sighed, exhausted but content, as the exhausted Uzumaki gazed at her and said, with a tired smile, "I love you, Jade." Jade returned the smile. "I know, and I love you as well, but I know you love Molina and Scarlet more than I do." A slight frown appeared on her lovely face. Naruto made a shaky motion with his head. "Jade, you were the first to be my friend, and Molina was the one who told me you loved me first. Though I love Molina very much, I also love you about the same. I don't just love you. I really, really love you. I love all three of you. I don't favor one over the others. Make love to me. Make love to me all night, Naruto Uzumaki," she emphasized firmly. Naruto kissed Jade while her left hand was held by Naruto's right hand. Throughout the night, the pair cuddled and expressed their love for one another. Inside the palace. Through the Edenian portal, Katana entered Outworld's gateway. She came to a halt in the living forest on her route to the palace. Katana looked around, aware that she was being watched.
"Come on out," exclaimed the erstwhile princess of Outworld. "She's good," stated a deep voice. "Yes, and just think how she would taste," a lighter voice added.
A humanoid entity with diverse skin tones emerged from the ground. His left side was completely black, whereas his right side was completely white. The creature had terrible yellow eyes and plant-like leaves linked to each side of his neck.
"She's as beautiful as a rose. But I'm betting she tastes like chicken."
The plant humanoid hissed briefly before copies of the white side appeared out of nowhere, but unlike the original, the replicas were whole beings. They were naked, yet they displayed evidence of their gender. They were all staring at Katana, drooling. "This isn't looking good," Katana observed. "Will Katana be able to give the news to Naruto, or will the Edenian princess be consumed by this new face?" The Netherrealm was a location where all evil souls lived in endless misery for their actions as living humans. Lin Quay, Shinnok's right-hand man, was watching the unending torture of his captives from one of the realm's towers. He strode back and forth, as if he were expecting someone. A shadow arose on the floor, and the dark warrior Noob Saibot emerged from it. "I regret to report that Sub-Zero cannot be found. I've searched the realms, but wherever he is beyond my sight," Saibot remarked as he bowed before Lin Quay. The Netherrealm sorcerer grimaced as he realized the cryomancer was still alive, but his frown was quickly replaced by an evil smirk. "This has no bearing on my master's plans," he explained. "Everything will go exactly as he predicted. Noob Saibot, go see what the Brotherhood of Shadows is up to. We'll need them to be ready when the time comes." Noob Saibot bent his head, but before he could finish, a voice from behind them stated, "The Brotherhood of Shadow is ready as ever. They only wait in the dark under the command of Shinnok." A young man with short black hair was standing behind them. He donned a normal crimson ninja suit and had a mask-like tattoo over his eyes. Reiko was the name of the young man. The Shadow Warrior locked his gaze on Reiko. Noob Saibot did not trust Reiko because he was different from the other members of the Brotherhood of Shadow. Reiko served as a double agent for both Shao Kahn and Shinnok. "I heard the Emperor was defeated, and Outworld now lacks a leader," Reiko stated, crossing his arms across his chest. "Yes, a lot has changed since the initial plan failed. However, the attack has weakened both Outworld and Earthrealm. However, there is a potential threat that could prevent us from accomplishing our ultimate aim." Lin Quay smirked. "Who could it be? Thunder God?" Reiko burst out laughing. "No, Raiden doesn't, but that new Outworld champion does. He assisted Raiden and Liu Kang in defeating Shao Kahn. The young man. I sense he possesses great strength. He isn't of this planet. Do you intend to murder him? Reiko inquired. If that is required, yes, Quan Kai replied, but my master believes we can use him to tilt the odds in our favor. Corruption appears to be the option at hand, Reiko remarked with a nod. He is a man from another planet. And he's still young. All young men have a weakness for desire, a woman's voice from behind Reiko said. Neither of the men turned to see who was lurking in the shadows. Do you think you can persuade him to join us? Reiko stated.
It worked on you, Reiko, so I don't see why not, the woman laughed.
We'll see, but for now, he's all yours, Tanya. Reiko walked away, his article said. Quan Kai nodded to Tanya and walked away. Noob Saibot focused his concentrate on Quan Kai. Do you think she can do it? He inquired. No, but it will buy us time before attacking Outworld in Edenia. We will strike last, Earth Realm. If Tanya does her job successfully, I won't need Ashra to get rid of the boy. But someone will keep a watch on both the youngster and Tanya. I will not let a traitor derail our plans. Noob Saibot nodded and exited Quan Chi's company.
Palace Garden is an Outworld location. Scarlet sat on the stairs leading to the Palace Garden, her thoughts drifting to the conflict she had with Itachi and Kisame. Though she survived the encounter, the recollections of being nearly charred to death lingered in her mind. She was a blood and magic beast, Shao Kahn's fiercest soldier, and yet one man from Naruto's world had nearly killed her.
Trouble, Scarlet? Tsunade's voice was heard by Scarlet. The assassin with the red hair sighed. Scarlet appeared distressed. What's the problem? Tsunade inquired. A few weeks ago, I met the man Naruto refers to as Itachi Uchiha. I was the one who beheaded Hidan. I was attempting to prevent them from pursuing Naruto. I lost my battle with Itachi. Tsunade could hear the blood warrior's anguish in his voice. Go on. Tsunade took a seat next to Scarlet. I was defeated by a simple barrage of black fire. I'd been set on fire before, but those flames were different. I couldn't extinguish them. He had the option of burning me to death, but he chose not to. Tsunade nodded and closed her eyes. I see. You had a taste of defeat. Wasn't this your first defeat, based on how hard you're taking it? Tsunade raised her eyes to Scarlet, who nodded. Shao Kahn must have made you to be his best, didn't he? Tsunade inquired. He created me with his own blood and magic. I am, in some ways, his daughter. Armak and Molina consider me to be their sister. But Shao Kahn created me for a specific reason, one I still don't understand. I merely stand by when he calls. Don't let defeat define you. Take it from me, I've been through a lot of battles, and when loss comes, simply grit your teeth and spit in their face and go on. It took guts for me to approach you. Scarlet was perplexed by Tsunade's anxious laughter.
It happened a long time ago. Dan, my boyfriend, died right in front of my eyes. I attempted to save his life, but he had already died. My failure has left me wounded for life. The fifth Hokage shook his head. But then Naruto came along and completely changed my life. The frown turned into a smile. I'm not as afraid of blood as I used to be, but it still bothers me now and then. I became concerned when I learned you were formed of blood. But Naruto sees more in you than just blood. Naruto has a way with people, whether they are normal or not. He transformed me from a drunken bitch to a drunken leader. Cage, the busty, moaned yet grinned at Scarlet. Under her mask, Scarlet smiled. She could see why Naruto admired Tsunade so much. He regarded her as a grandmother.
I've heard you can use your blood to teleport and heal, but have you ever thought of using it as a weapon? Tsunade inquired. I throw my own blood like daggers, but I never pass that, the responder said. Tsunade grinned. She appeared to have some useful counsel for one of the brat's lovers. The Jade Chamber. When Naruto felt Jade wrap her arms around him, he couldn't help but smile, the exquisite assassin murmuring quietly as she slept. While his green-eyed beauty slept, Naruto reflected on their earlier conversation. Flashback. So, Smoke, besides wanting your friend to be safe, why are you looking for him? Naruto inquired. I'm concerned about his safety, Lin Quay stated. Because Sonya Blade and Jax told him not long ago that the person who killed Bai Han was a warrior named Scorpion. Scorpion was killed by Bai Han in the past, but he resurrected to exact his revenge. I've seen him before, Scorpion. But why do you think he's after your Sub-Zero after murdering this Bai Han? Naruto inquired. Because Bai Han was the older brother of my friend Kuei Liang, who was also a Sub-Zero. Kuei Liang now carries that honor. Smoke let out a sigh. Oh. Naruto's pupils dilated. Yes, even though he killed Bai Han, I'm afraid that if Scorpion comes across him, he'll believe Bai Han is still alive and try to kill Kuei Liang. Surely this is more than just retaliation for being murdered, isn't it? Naruto smirked. Yes, it is. Smoke bowed his head and closed his eyes. Explain. Naruto drew his arms around his chest.
I tell you, the Lin Quay has nothing to do with this, Cyrax said. But Cyrax was told that Scorpion claimed we were the ones who destroyed his clan and murdered his wife and son.
That's why Scorpion spoke those words, Naruto reasoned. Do you know who was responsible? He inquired. No, but my brothers were glad to be rid of the Shirai Ryu. Some people sighed once again. Revenge is a poison that only leaves you when you have nothing left.
Naruto nodded, remembering Sasuke. Flashback comes to an end.
Naruto slid out of bed softly, without awakening Jade, who muttered quietly and curled up a little. The youthful champion of Outworld dressed and exited the chamber. He desperately needed to cleanse his mind.
The Forest of Life. Katana was facing 10 white Zetsu clones on her alone. The Princess of Edenia was holding her own against the clones, but every time she killed one, another appeared to take its place. The fight was going nowhere, and the princess with the fan was growing exhausted.
This is never ending, she exclaimed, panting. Katana was surrounded by Zetsus, who surged at her. The princess closed her eyes, expecting to die when Reikiri. 5 bolts of lightning fell from the sky, striking at least 5 of the 10 Zetsu. When the remaining 5 Zetsu turned around, they were frozen solid by an unknown power. Katana noticed 2 men. One was Sub-Zero of the Lin Quay, but he didn't seem like the one she knew. The second man had spiky silver hair, a mask covering his face, and a headband covering his left eye. He was dressed in a green vest and dark blue jeans. Can you tell me who you are? You are not Sub-Zero. He's no longer alive, Katana remarked.
The Sub-Zero you speak of was my older brother, and this is Kakashi Hatake, the new Sub-Zero responded.
The plant man was an Akatsuki member, added Kakashi. It was one of them. His clones were limitless. Katana collapsed to her knees in exhaustion. I came here to deliver a message to Naruto Uzumaki.
Naruto. Is Naruto here? Kakashi inquired, astonished. Do you know where he is? Katana asked.
Yes, please follow me. She pushed herself to her feet. The throne room of Shao Kahn. Naruto was standing in the Emperor's throne room, staring at the vacant throne and wondering what Molina was up to. Was she okay? Was everything okay on her end? Naruto. A familiar voice wept. Naruto's eyes widened in surprise. When he turned around, he was greeted by Kakashi Hatake.
Kakashi-sensei, what are you doing here? He exclaimed.
It's quite a long story. The copy ninja rubbed his backside. Katana collapsed to her knees once more. Hey, how are you? Kakashi inquired. I'm fine, just a little tired. Katana's right shoulder had a huge cut, which Sub-Zero observed. You're wounded, he remarked. One of them must have gotten me before you struck him. Katana moaned in agony. I'll go get Ba-chan, and she'll fix you right up. Naruto dashed off to find Tsunade. He reappeared seconds afterwards, accompanied by Tsunade, Scarlet, and Jade. While Tsunade was healing Katana's wound, Kakashi and Sub-Zero revealed how they had landed in Outworld.
So, because of what Lady Tsunade did to the Akatsuki statue used to seal the tailed beast, you were sucked into a portal? Jade inquired.
We believe the Akatsuki were attempting to recreate a portal to pursue Naruto, but the portal became out of control and created many, Kakashi responded. I believe that when Shang Tsung used his magic on me, it somehow drew me toward your realm, Sub-Zero explained. I guess Smoke's search for Sub-Zero is over, joked Jade. Search? Sub-Zero appeared perplexed. Yes. Naruto has been assisting your friend Smoke in his quest for you for the past few days. Smoke is currently in Earth Realm. He's assisting Raiden and the others in repairing the invasion's damage. Ah, I see. Thanks for assisting Smoke. Sub-Zero bowed his head to Naruto, who reciprocated. Sub-Zero. I'd like to ask you a question, Naruto said. What exactly is it? The Ice Ninja inquired. Did the Lin Quay completely destroy the Shirai Ryu clan? Sub-Zero closed his eyes, knowing exactly why Naruto had asked him that question. You've faced him, haven't you? He inquired. Smoke informed me that you were hunting for him. He also said Scorpion murdered your older brother. But your brother took his own life. Did you and your clan murder Scorpion's family and clan? Naruto's eyes were filled with rage. My brother told me of the one who ended the Shirai Ryu long before he died, but I don't think Scorpion would believe me, the Ice Ninja replied solemnly. Who was it, then? Naruto inquired, his pupils constricted. The sorcerer Quan Kai. The end.
It's the end of the story, guys. If you did enjoy this part of the story, like, share, and subscribe for more. Thank you all for help and support, and have a great day.